everybody. Let's get her going here. NorCal Sports Network. Welcome to playoff edition, NorCal Sports Network. And I want to put this comment back up there. Why did it move? Where did it go? There we go. Will Martinez takes everything right what we're going to get started with today. Don't know about y'all. After watching the Farhan presser, I'm even more worried about the 24 season. It's going to be status quo with a new puppet manager. Farhan is not going to change. Fire him. Amen. Preaching to the choir. We all agree. Farhan is a con man. He's conned the Giants ownership. He's conning most of the Bay Area media with his laughter and has, every second counts. We want to be, every second counts. While you're on the ball field, Farhan, obviously it counts. But you're trying to pin all this on Kapler like he wasn't getting these guys prepared to play every second. And you just got crappy talent, Farhan. You're the problem. You're the issue. And the Giants ownership, I'm losing more and more respect for by the minute. The only one I trust is Buster. I don't know how much he has a say at what, but Farhan is a classic con artist. He diverts, he laughs, and he gets you off on a story today about some TV program or something he's watching about a bear and the fork and the spoon. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And all the people like, and he's got them all like off. Like, okay, I don't want to face the heat, so I'm going to tell some stupid ass story that I watched this TV program, and it sounds great. You know what? I was a sales manager, Farhan, and you know what happened? My best salesperson was your 21 season. And you know what happened after the 21 season to this salesperson? I'm using an analogy. The next 2 years couldn't sell. Guess what? He ain't getting another year. It's what have you done for me lately? It's your performance on the field. If I had to depend on that salesperson, which I did, I had to depend on the salespeople that I hired. I had a crew of 12 people, and I earned money off of their production. And so it was my job to motivate them. And guess what? If they didn't produce, they're gone. They were gone because you know what? I can't have somebody sitting there telling me, yeah, but I'm really close. We're close. They're going to buy. No. Did they told you what? In the first call, second call, they weren't interested? You ain't getting another chance. It's like when you go buy a car. If that car salesman doesn't get you the first time, you're going to some other dealer. So don't give me this next year the Giants are going to be fine. He's had 5 years. 5 years. He's had one winning season. One. You tell me a business, any business, that you can go 4 out of 5 years and be unproductive and you still have a job. Come on.
That's the real world.
Yeah. Joe Shasky, I'm going to pull his comment up. He hit it on the he hit the head on the nail today. Let me pull his up. But go ahead. Take it away, Loves.
Well, I mean, if they come into next year with the same 1992 Ford Escort, it doesn't matter if you have a different driver. I mean, he's the one that put the roster together. If he continues to get subpar talent, if he continues to think guys like A.J. Pollock and Paul DeYoung are going to make differences, if that's the leader of your organization, then it doesn't matter if Joe Torre, if Billy Martin, if some of the great managers that have been in the past or present are at the helm, it will not matter because it'll be the same lack of talent. And they can win in the beginning and everybody's going to get excited again, just like this year. But talent over 162 games plays itself out. So I don't have any trust in this man to get quality talent in here, whether it's trade or free agency. And I have a little doubt about his drafting for that matter. So big mistake if he continues. If this is what it is that he's staying on, big mistake by the organization.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Let me pull up this Twitter comment right here by Joe Shasky. And there it is. Can you guys see it?
Yep, good.
Can you imagine any major corp CEO losing 25% of its consumers, firing a top executive, not achieving their organizational goals, and chuckling at the press conference in utter denial, stating essentially that you are rolling it back? The board would axe that guy, gal, so fast. I actually replied to that, and I said, thank you, Joe. Keep up the pressure. This guy is destroying our beloved franchise. He's clueless, and the media needs to rise up and demand more out of ownership. His laughter and stories is just a diversion. He clearly is over his head. As a sales manager, my top salesman, which I showed you earlier, the analogy, had 2 crappy years and stops producing, I'm replacing him, especially when he had 2 subpar years prior in 19 and 20. But he says the sales are coming. Sorry, not falling for it. Gone. Goodbye. There's so much more that we'll have to share later. But this guy, we've talked about it over and over. I want to keep up the pressure just because I want others to catch on. But I'll tell you what, I could give a crap if he's back, what happens to this team next. They're not going to go anywhere, unless he's just a figurehead and they have somebody else pulling the deals in the off season. This guy, ownership would be absolutely just off their rockers to trust a guy who's on a 1-year deal that he's not going to. I mean, it's like he's the snake or the dog backed into the corner, and he's going to strike. I mean, he's going to fight back. He's going to do desperate things, and you could end up seeing your top prospects being traded for over the hill guys.
The same thing that Bobby Evans did. He was getting desperate.
He got desperate, and he traded Brian Reynolds for Andrew McCutchen. And how did that work out? Not so well. So I've never heard of a general manager who's failed miserably that they're going to keep him around on a 1-year deal for what? I mean, what is the purpose? Why not just sign him to a long-term deal? As Eric said the other night, if you're going to keep him, might as well keep him. If you believe in him enough to waste 1 year, why not 2 or 3 more?
He may have that multi-year deal. They just haven't announced it.
Oh my
It's
God.
possible. I wouldn't be surprised. Because why?
Possible.
It makes no sense. That's
No,
why it's like there's no point now.
Here's my thing. I didn't watch the full interview today. I can already tell if I watched, I would be pretty disappointed.
Oh, I'll piss you off real quick here. Hold on.
Here you
But I did hear a couple things or at least one thing in there that I liked. One was the up talk of Marco Luciano. I think he's made it pretty clear, and the whole organization's made it pretty clear that he's their guy at shortstop. When he was asked about bringing back Brandon Crawford, he says, he said something along the lines of like, I think we're pretty set there. So that intrigues me. Going into next season with Marco Luciano as your starting shortstop, that's a positive. That's one positive.
Don't believe Farhan though. That's the problem.
I'm not necessarily saying I believe him. I'm just saying from what he said, he said that right thing. That's a good thing that he said. The thing is though,
he also said last year we're going to have everyday players.
Exactly.
We want to have everyday players, and
He might more be saying that just because that's what the fans want to hear.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. But the thing is, even let's say he went down that path, right? Let's say Marco Luciano is the starting shortstop. He's still a question mark. And in the press conference, I think right after they fired Kapler, he had said that he thinks that they're in a great position with the young kids, that the young kids came up here and produced. And I mean, I guess I can see that argument, seeing that they had like the top 1, 2, top 3 most rookie RBIs or something in the whole league, behind the Reds, I think. But I mean, majority of that is from Patrick Bailey, who played basically the whole season. And 2, I don't care about the RBIs. In the middle of the season, when you were starting to struggle, you sent down Matos, Schmidt, and Luciano. Those are 3 guys who could have a pretty big future with this team. You could have rode it out with them and really seen what you have with them. But guess what? You didn't. You played Crawford, Paul DeYoung, AJ Pollock, and JD Davis. And look where that got you. It got you not into the playoffs. And I guess I can see the argument for saying that they got something out of their young kids, but at the end of the deal, they have their catcher Patrick Bailey. He's fine. He's a starter. Tyro Estrada, he's a starter. What other position player has embedded themselves into a starting role on this team? I mean, I don't think any other position player. Mikey Stremski, no. Austin Slater, no. Matos, no. Conforto, no. Haniger, no. JD Davis, no. Casey Schmidt, no. Lamont Wade, maybe. Wilmer Flores is a bench bat. Right now, they have two starters. They have 2 starters. And if they had just
Who are
played,
those? Who are those
if
2?
they just played their young kids throughout the season, and this is what we've said from the beginning, just write it out with your farm kids, write it out with your young kids, see what you have with them. Because you know what? If Schmidt, Matos, and Luciano had played every day, they might have turned into pretty good players. And guess what? You could have had Schmidt, Matos, Luciano, Bailey, and Estrada as a core. And that's a pretty good core. That's something you can build upon.
We
Right
said
now,
it.
they have
Said it
Bailey
from
and Estrada. That's nothing.
All-Star break on, and yet they refused to do it. Like you said, Bora, they played all the old guys, and they were intent on that. And you know, the whole thing that irritates me is people with Farhan. They just don't. Why don't you put the pieces together? They sent down Luciano to play second base. You think Gabe sent Luciano down? No, that was Farhan. So who's making him play second base? Gabe? No, Farhan. Who's sending everybody down? Who's calling people up? It's the GM's job. So he's the one that ran the operation, and I believe he's the one that made out the lineup. Now, did he, is he responsible for the communication in the dugout? No, that is on Kapler. Kapler needed to communicate better, needed to do a better job of having guys prepared. But Farhan was the one making out the lineup. I guarantee it. There's no way Kapler waits 2 hours, an hour and a half before game time to make the lineup. I mean, he only had 4 times. I think it was 4 times all year the Giants ran out the same lineup. Something like that. Maybe 4 times or 4%, whatever it was. It was really low that they actually had the same actual lineup. I mean, do you think Snetker, is game time 7:00? Is at 5:00? He's trying to figure out his lineup. He's got it figured out when he wakes up, probably even before he goes to bed. Comes in, everybody healthy. Okay, you're in. These guys are sitting there running it through their damn computer system software and trying to, analyze it and beat it. And they got 18 geeks on it, reading it. Oh, wait. Farhan, this guy got a hit off of him on a slider, a year and a half ago in the minors. Whatever, it's just like nobody just play the same guys. And you know what? Sink or swim with them. Sink or swim.
I thought the depression ended 3 days ago.
So did I.
And hearing this today, like him saying, we expect 15 to 20 guys back on a 25-man roster.
Wait a minute. Did he say that?
Yes.
He did.
Did I miss that in the interview?
We expect 15 to 20 guys back, which
Senior
means
said it's like a minute 30 into the interview. Yeah.
Which means a lot of the guys that we say shouldn't even be on this team anymore are going to be back. All our favorites are going to be back. And he also said that he doesn't see any outside people coming in as starters. He's happy with what he has in the starting rotation. So no free agents, no trade for anybody. The Japanese guys, nope, they're off the table. We're rolling it back with Disco and Alex Wood, and Junis, and Stripling, and go Giants.
Eric
that is depressing as hell, man.
I hope to God
if they roll that out, I hope they get 7,000 people on opening day. I really do.
Eric L says
they'll be the idiots that show up.
You don't want to play all your young guys next year. I mean, you don't, because Farhan's not going to, because you know what? If he's on that 1-year deal, he's going to play his veterans, because that's the safe way to go. Your young kids are still a risk. This was the year to play your young kids. It's ill. I mean, if Farhan is really on a 1-year deal, I don't think we're ever going to see Casey Schmidt, maybe Matos, maybe even Luciano really develop, because they don't.
And I think
doesn't have it.
Probably Ramos and Bart get traded. He didn't give. I mean, look at he sent Ramos down, a guy that could have played the last day of the season, but he sends down. I mean, he sends down Ramos when he could have just sent down Beck, who pitched the day before. Beck's not going to pitch. Why not use Ramos? That's a slap in the face. That's a passive aggressive move of saying, you know what, Elliot, we don't value it all.
They've slapped him in the face for his whole career here. I mean, basically, even this year when he made adjustments and improved and did what the organization asked of him, it's not enough. Not even to get a real audition. So if I'm Elliot Ramos, I go to my agent and I say, get me out of here. I don't want to be here. I don't.
I don't know why anybody would want to be here.
If you're a young guy, I mean, maybe other than Schmidt and Luciano and Bailey, who are legitimately going to get a shot, any of those other guys, I don't even know if they're going to commit to Matos. I saw something in the chat where Farhan said, I didn't watch the whole thing, where he said Fitzgerald is the best center fielder in the organization.
I'm just reading that right now.
If that's the case, it took you until September to bring up the best center fielder in the organization.
What did I?
He didn't start off as a center fielder either. He started off as a damn infielder.
Is this it right here? The whole 2 minutes and 20 seconds? There had to be more than that, right? Was there more than the 2:20?
I think I saw 35 to 40 minutes was the total.
All right, this is all I saw today. So let me get this clip. This is
brand in flux going into the future.
Yeah. So I'm a big avid TV watcher. I don't know if you knew that. Some of the people who've been here for a while have known that about me. So, one of the shows I've been watching kind of therapeutically over the last couple months is The Bear. I don't know how many people here watch that show. And there's an episode in the second season about one of the characters in the show who goes and works as a stage at this 3-star Michelin restaurant. Do you watch the show?
No.
Okay, right. Not that one. I'm talking about when he goes to work at the restaurant.
This is the clown show.
Yeah. So anyway, I promise I'm going somewhere with this. It's an amazing show. So anyway,
you're all
he
got you right there.
This guy's a little annoyed at the fact he works as a stage. The first week, all he's doing is cleaning forks, and then the next week he's cleaning spoons, and it's like really mundane. But the episode really revolves around the story and narrative behind a sign that's up in the restaurant kitchen that says every second counts. And it's just sort of, when I was watching that, I really identified with it, because to be a part of excellence anywhere, it just, no detail can be too small. And for us, I think, that's what we want our brand to be, that every second counts, every detail matters, whether it's holding runners on, whether it's bunting at the right time, whether it's hitting the cutoff man, whether it's, pinch hitting in the right spot to get a matchup that helps you win the game, whether it's a pitching move that, might help you win the game. All of that stuff kind of works together. So, so that's kind of what, I think as we've had conversations over the last few days, that's what we want our brand to be. We don't want to be a team that plays sloppy baseball and then pinch hits in the ninth inning and people are wondering, why are you even bothering? We want it all to work together.
That's
All
the
right,
classic
Farhan.
saying, a whole lot of nothing.
Nothing. You know what, Farhan? Every second counts. And
That was
back
a waste.
off, buddy. Yeah, take that.
That was a waste of 142 seconds.
That really was. That was just this is what all I heard today, and I was just like, unbelievable. This guy went on for 2 minutes on this about spoons and forks and how every second counts. And you did nothing at the trade deadline. You did nothing. And you're going to pull this off?
None of the beat reporters were all laughing with
Yeah, exactly. If I was in there, man, I would want to say, what do you mean every second counts? Did every second count for you at the trade deadline when you said you were going to be active and you did nothing?
Right.
And your competitor went out, the team that was a game behind you, went out and got Pham and Seawald and Jace Peterson. And guess what, Farhan? This was earlier today. They're playing tonight. And if I talk to you right now, they won tonight, Farhan. You did nothing. Don't give me your crap that every second counts. Come on, media. Why do I got to do your job? Why do us four have to sit here and do your job? We don't have the capacity or the means that you do, the access that you do. And you guys just sit there and laugh at some con man telling you that every second counts, and you don't even care. You don't care about the Giants. You just care about keeping your job. You just want to keep your silly job because you're afraid to come back and say something that might get you, I might not get the top story now. I may not get in with the Giants. You guys are just falling for it. You know what? If he pulled this off, tried to pull this off in New York, he would have never got out of there. They would have lynched him. Golly. I mean, I'm not saying lynched him figuratively. Literally. I'm talking, you know what I'm trying to say. They would have basically made him squirm, and they would have put pressure on the organization that, we're not putting up with this in New York. But because we're in soft San Francisco, now that it's just unbelievable. You guys were all ripped at Kapler when the hiring of Kapler, when Farhan hired him, because it was like controversial because of everything that happened to him when he was with the Dodgers and the scandal and with the minor leaguer and the sex scandal. And you're like, what kind of hire is this? And then all of a sudden Gabe goes woke on you and you're like, oh, okay, he's one of us.
What would happen if 40 or 50 or 60 or more Giants fans organized with strike signs and boards outside of Oracle Park, basically saying fire Farhan? Would the San Francisco Police Department come and break that up, or would they let them have freedom of speech to be able to do that? Can you imagine like Giants fans outside that ballpark every day with strike signs?
Now, I can't imagine it.
I can't imagine. The fans are too. I'm telling you, the Giants fans. There's a percentage of true Giants fans that probably, I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a lot of strong Giant fans. But there's a lot of weak Giants fans.
No, that's what I mean, Dan. I agree with you. Most of them will not do that, but there's a core like us that
and people in this chat and people who
and they live in the Bay Area, like, and if they organize something and are out there every day and the ownership sees that, they're like, wow, our fan base really is pissed off. But I could just see the police department breaking that up. Like, go ahead and rip off Walgreens, take whatever you want, but we're not gonna not gonna let these guys strike against the Giants. We can't have that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the big
Oh my
picture. Like
God.
looking at next year, the Dodgers are the Dodgers. The D-backs are going to get better.
Yep. So are the
The
Padres.
Padres I think they're going to get better. The Rockies are going to get better. I mean, realistically, where do you see this team fitting in?
Fourth or fifth.
I mean,
Fourth or fifth.
really, like they need to take a deep dive into actually looking at not just their team, but the teams around them.
There we
They're in
go.
a hard division.
Love
And
those malts.
it's not easy, and it's gonna take time. You can't be short-sighted. You got to be long-sighted.
You got it, Lou. That malt with that stick. I hated the taste of the stick, though, man. Once you got it.
I never ate the stick though.
Give me
No, you
my,
just tasted. You tasted the stick when you
Yeah.
when you took the chocolate and you kind of sucked it off, and it's like, man.
hey, honestly, give me my hardcore 13 to 15,000 people at Candlestick over
Absolutely.
42,000 at Oracle any day. Like they were hardcore, man. They had their Walkmans on. They were keeping score. They were into the game. Oh man,
Nothing like
those
those.
fans would get out and pick it.
Yeah, nothing like those fans were rabid, man. When I
Yep.
remember being at the game, Mike Ivey hit the grand slam off Don
Oh.
Sutton to put the Giants up 5-3. I was out in the right field. I was out in the seats that they use for football at Candlestick, where they pull them out. I was
They very rarely sold those. That's interesting.
well that day. There was 58,000 people in there,
Oh,
man.
they
at
had
Candlestick.
excessive, so they had.
Oh,
they
yeah,
had to
the
sell
whole
them.
place was packed. It was unbelievable. I think I was junior, maybe in high school, something like that.
Dan,
So-
what did they call those seats? Right field pavilion?
I don't know what they were
You
called.
remember the name? Because it was lower box, upper reserve.
Yeah,
lower
those
reserve.
were right. I don't know what they were.
Oh,
I remember
I'm
getting.
interested.
I remember getting stuck in the corner. Did you guys ever do the Junior 49er Minor Club?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Berkeley Farms.
yeah, Berkeley Farms in Berkeley.
Back in the day, when they gave away 49er tickets before
Yeah.
81.
Yeah, I went to a Monday night game there and got mugged.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I got mugged. Yeah, 4 guys captured me as I was running by one of those little booths out in the parking lot, trying to race in to get into the game. But
Sick Call
anyway.
Commando says Coletti was on KMBR
yeah,
tonight.
Ned was on tonight. I haven't heard the interview yet. In fact, I reached out to Ned. He's teaching tonight, so we'll hopefully get him on one of these nights this week or next week during the playoffs. But yeah, let's go into the playoffs and
Please.
and let's talk about it. Game 1 was the Rangers, yours there, versus the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and the Rangers get it done. After, think about this. Think about what this is, and this is what having professionals in your dugout like Corey Seager and other and having the true skipper of skippers who's been through it all. You go up to Seattle. You need to win 2 for sure to win the division. If you win 1 and Houston loses 1, you win the division. You're up 2-1 in the 9th inning on Thursday night, game 1, and Aroldis Chapman blows it, which gives Seattle a whole new leash on life. And then Friday night they lose. Saturday they win, and they now have clinched a playoff spot. But now they go into Sunday and they've got to win or have Houston lose, and they get shut out. Now you're flying. You're flying from Seattle, from the northwest corner of the United States to the southeast corner, all the way to Tampa with 1 day off. And you just now have put yourself in a position where you got to go win 2 games out of 3 on the road. If you win that, you got to go up to Baltimore and play, the best team in the American League for the season in Baltimore. Now you've been on the road, all the last week of the season. Now you're spending a whole nother week plus on the road. And then you finally get to come home for games 3 and 4 if you get past the first round against Baltimore. And you'd think to a team like the Giants, we saw what happened when they got down. They were, they lose in Colorado, they come into Arizona, boom, they get beat. They just get beat. Bochy on that flight to and in that clubhouse, I guarantee you there was a sense of calmness, a sense of, okay, we didn't get it done. We're in. Let's go. Let's go get them. We're professionals. We made it a little harder on ourselves, but we just got to go out and play 9 innings, 1 game at a time, and we'll be all right. We'll play our ball, and we'll come out of this, and we'll be fine. We just got to take a little longer road to get to our goal. No worries. And those guys have complete trust. The guys won 3 world championships, was in a 4th, World Series also with the Padres. He's also lost some games, he's been through it all. So that's what you want in a skipper. And the Giants had that. The Giants walked it out the door intentionally to bring in this crap with Farhan. And look where they are. Look what ownership in Texas does. Look what ownership in San Francisco does. 180, complete diametrically opposed, complete north, south, east, west. I mean, they're as far apart as possible. Texas ownership and general manager got Bochy the tools, and the Giants did nothing. And the Giants have more money than Texas. They have way more resources, and it's absolutely pathetic. So I think maybe the Rangers, I don't know. Hopefully they go in there tomorrow and just finish it off. And, they got momentum now back on their side.
I was expecting a higher scoring game in that one because both teams can rake, but that just kind of shows you when the lights go on and the playoffs start, like everybody squeezes the bat a little bit tighter. So
yep.
Definitely Texas is in the driver's seat in that one. I think the game that surprised me the most today was Arizona. I thought Corbin Burns would kind of get that game 1 because he's been really dealing. But, hey, Brian Iglesias, I'm 100% with you. I've said this before on this show. I'm a Giants fan, but I'm also a baseball fan. I appreciate the way the game is supposed to be played. And they play it with youth. They play it with speed. And they have an exciting brand of baseball. They committed to their youngsters, and they're getting rewarded for it. Whether they can finish this off and move on remains to be seen, but they're in the playoffs, and the Giants' journeyman veterans are not. Bottom line.
I'm definitely pulling for them. I mean, I love their brand of baseball, and
doesn't hurt that we're in the area too.
We were talking about, we might, if they win and they win this series, we can go see a game.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I'm down too. Lou Marston sent me this, and I pulled it up. I want to play this because I was there. Were you at the Mike Ivy Grand Slam game or no?
I was not.
Okay, maybe Lou was there. I think Larry was there. But this was fun. This is probably going to be Lon Simmons announcing it too. This was awesome. Here it goes.
That's good. Good.
Once again, let's listen to Lon. It deep to left. Way back. A grand slam. Mike Ivy is grand slam.
That was so cool. There's got to be a better one of that. There's got to be a better one.
Better audio.
Yeah, that was just off somebody's TV there.
The game that I was at old school was McCovey's last at bat pinch hit double to win the game in the bottom of the 9th.
Which game?
Willie McCovey pinch hit double to win the game. Scored Rennie Stennon, I believe. Bottom of the 9th.
Was that his last season?
Yep.
I think I might have been there too at that one.
How was the manager of the Giants? I think it was Altobelli at the time. How are you not playing a Hall of Famer like in his final home game? Like he pinch hit that game. Like why is he not starting? That would have been an uproar if there was YouTube and X or Twitter at that time. But yeah, just great memories at that ballpark for sure. But
And the D-backs are they're exciting. They're young. They're fast. They know how to play the game. They're a pretty good team. They're underrated. Like going into next year, their core is going to be back. If they can bring in another pitcher or two,
yeah, they should.
Pretty good because this whole season they've had two pitchers. It's been Gallen and Merrill Kelly. It's been those two guys, and everyone else is trash.
I'm going on record, and I'm going to say that the Diamondbacks are going to sign Brandon Crawford to a 1-year deal. He'll be a backup and late inning defensive replacement at shortstop, but he lives in Scottsdale. Hey, if they throw him $6 million or something and he thinks he has something left and he's a part-timer, he'll take it. So I don't think he's retiring.
He could play with the D-backs and team up with Longoria again.
Yeah, why not?
Longoria lives down here too.
It's okay to have veterans when they're part-timers, not your everyday players. Like Wilmer Flores would not be hitting fourth in the Diamondbacks lineup for 2 months straight, pretty much. He would be a spot starter here and there. That's what they are good for. So that's the difference between Arizona and the Giants.
Yep.
But we're bringing 15 to 20 of those guys back.
15. That was in the interview. Seriously, I'm going to have to go back and listen to that. 15 to 20.
That's like 75% of the roster.
15 to 20 of the 40 man, or 15 to 25 of the 26 man. What was he referring to?
He didn't specify. He just said we're bringing 15 to 20 of our players back. So
that's probably the 40.
That tells me a lot of the guys we want gone are at least coming back to spring training.
Well, if he's referring to the 40, it could mean if he's referring to the 26 that was here opening day, that's bad. If he's referring to the 40, then he's getting rid of half the roster.
What I don't like, again, is that nobody from the media asked him the tough questions. Again, like even when things have unraveled, even when your season spiraled down, even when you were forced to fire the manager, I would have loved somebody in the media to say, was that your call to fire Gabe, or was that ownership? Put him on the spot. I would love to see if Orhan has a habit of going to his face. That is a habit of nervousness. Jimmy Garoppolo did that too at press conferences. When you're doing that all the time,
John Lynch does that.
That means that you're not very confident. You're nervous. So nobody asked him that. Nobody asked him about the trade deadline, non-moves. Again, he gets off the hook. The guy just keeps messing up.
Oh,
He's not held accountable, and that's what's killing.
You know what?
That's what's killing us.
They're just everybody's going to lose interest. Nobody's going to care. They're going to be irrelevant by the end of May.
It's going to be the same thing that happened this season. Exact same. I can already see it.
Yeah, you don't have the horses, and they're I don't know.
Why would a manager want to come here? Really, other than a paycheck?
You know what it's looking like? It's looking like Lovie Smith with the Texans last year. It's looking exactly like that.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know,
yeah,
Lovie Smith, he's a well-respected coach in the league. And he signed a deal to become the head coach of the Texans last year. It was a crap team. The organization was a dumpster fire. He played his players, and they played for him. And in the last game of the season, they could have tanked. They could have gotten the number 1 pick, but he played his guys, and they won the last game against the Colts, I think. And they won, so they got the number 2 pick. And you know what happened? He was canned. He was just a placeholder for whoever they wanted to hire.
Ironically, that number 2 pick is outplaying that number 1 pick right now.
Yeah, he is.
Pretty significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I don't know where that full interview is from today.
But I mean, seriously, like who would really want to come coach this team? Would
Kai
Ron
Correa-
Wotus want to coach this team? No, I don't think he would want to coach this team.
Kai Correa and Wotus.
You think Wotus would want to coach this team?
Just to be a manager, like nobody else is going to hire him as a manager, so it's security for him and his family.
That's
He'll
true.
take it. If they offered it to him, he'll take it.
That's true.
And you know what? I mean, as much as we shitted on Gabe, and deservedly so, like, again, he's not the one to put this roster together.
He's
I
not.
don't think of any great manager that's in the game right now. Bochy could not win with this roster.
No.
Couldn't.
No.
He might be 5 or 8 games better just because he's a better technician. He knows how to use a bullpen. And that might have been enough to get him in the playoffs. But Bochy
That's
was
the
not
thing,
good.
though. Just the playoffs, and that's not good enough.
And that's good enough for a lot of Giants fans.
It is.
We talk about that a lot, and that's the problem. Like, you're
Too many
just
people are
happy to get
competent
there.
with just making the playoffs, just playing October ball.
There's
You
never
wanna-
been a parade for making the playoffs.
No.
Do you know how fun those parades were in 10, 12, and 14? Maybe the people that want that maybe never experienced that. Maybe that's why they think
participation
just getting
trophy.
in is good enough.
People just want participation trophies nowadays.
Yes,
They don't. That's
exactly.
all they want. They don't want to be playing into deep October and early November. They just want to be, oh, we're fine with making the playoffs. We have a good enough team to make the playoffs. Forget the World Series. We'll just make the playoffs. That's
And
fine.
I'll tell you what. If they hire Kai Correa as the manager, I am flying to the Bay Area already in December. I don't care if I don't need 50 people with me. I will be out there by myself with the sign.
I'll go with you, Los.
Yeah, please. Anybody? Eric, take the drive from Galt, man. The 3-man show. Maybe Dan will have an appointment in the Bay Area at that time too. And hey, NorCal Sports Network representing, like Fire Farhan, we're out front. So if they hire Kai Correa, oh my God.
Could you imagine?
Oh, the backlash is going to be, oh my God, I can't even fathom that.
You know, the thing
I
is,
can't see
though,
the Giants ownership letting that happen. But
if
I
they
don't
hire
know.
Kai Correa, the
don't
national media is not going to be they're going to be happy with it because you know what? He's a great story, and everybody loves great stories. That's
Hey,
what it is.
if Correa gets hired and anybody wants to come with me, lunch is on me. Lunch is on me. Come down, make your own sign, and come down and picket that damn stadium. Please come with me. Lunch is on me.
You know,
There's a lot
I
of nice
think-
restaurants by Oracle too.
I think our fantasy football punishment should be wearing a shirt that says "Fire Farhan" and having to streak the field.
all right, I've got the full interview here. I actually
go viral.
Somebody's in the chat's asking for the full interview to play parts of it, discuss it. I don't know. What do you guys want to hear any of this?
What is it?
The full
matter to me.
interview today. It's 43 minutes. I'm not going to play all 43.
That's too long.
I don't
Yeah.
need to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a better one, bro. You're down the right field line and you're in the first row and you have like a trench coat on and you're butt naked underneath. And then before the game, you write Farhan on your back. Farhan sucks, and then an arrow pointing down.
Oh, come on.
And you streak across the field. Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
Woo! Somebody did that close to that here in Arizona at a golf tournament, right there. Oh man. So I'm serious. Somebody did that at a very popular Arizona golf tournament here. The guy was a streaker, and he wrote on his back the 19th hole, and he had an arrow going down.
Oh gosh. Yeah, he'd been drinking there. Hey, so let's get quickly to wrap up the other games, and then we'll move on. So the Rangers win game 1 this afternoon, 4-0. The Minnesota Twins knock off the Blue Jays 3-1, their first win after 18 consecutive losses in the playoffs. Wow. And they were up 3-1, and Chapman hit a ball to right center that Taylor, the center fielder for Minnesota, it wasn't a big leap because the fence looked like it was probably 7 or 8 feet. You know, he didn't have to go way up, but he did pull it back. It just needed to go another 2 feet and it might have put the Blue Jays up 4-3. 2 men were on base, and that was it. So the Blue Jays went down today. Twins win their first game. In the next game, the Diamondbacks knock off the or was it the Phillies was the third game? Which one started first? I think it was Philly.
Phillies was the last game.
Was it the last? Okay. So the Diamondbacks knocked off the Brewers, which you talked about, 6-3. Their relievers looked really sharp. They were, shutting down Milwaukee. Their speed, they're putting pressure on the bases. Really, really looks, promising. If they can get the big hits and get on base and make things happen, could be a short series. All these series, potentially could end tomorrow because it's just a best of 3. And then in the nightcap, Phillies win 4-1. Bryce Harper blows through a stop sign to score for the Phillies. Zach Wheeler fans 8 in a gem. What else happened in that game of significance?
Hey, Los, what do you think about this as a T-shirt for your little protest? Tell me what you think.
That's a lot of words to fit on a shirt, but I'm down.
I might be able to reduce that a little bit.
Every second counts, especially at the dinner table. The Doughboy.
Stay puffed.
Is
Ghostbusters.
Is that the Pillsbury Doughboy or
no? The Stay Puffed guy from Ghostbusters.
Okay. Oh, Stay Puffed. There it is. His hat. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Knows how to ruin a baseball organization, doesn't he?
Sure does. Trey Turner went 2 for 3. He continues his hot streak. He was hot all the last 2 months. That's what stars do.
Hey, is it me or was 4 playoff baseball games in one day just overkill?
That's a lot, ain't it? It's going to happen the next 3 days.
I kind of love it.
Goes 3 games.
I kind of love it.
Do you?
Yeah, it feels like NFL Wildcard weekend.
Yeah.
But that's 2 games in one day and 2 the next. I think you have to do it this way just because the schedule. You got 2. You can't have
more teams in the playoffs. Yeah.
You can't have teams sitting for a week and a half. Waiting to play
There's
another
no
game.
way around it.
They finished up Sunday. That's why the Dodgers played Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman in the last game to keep their timing down. They're going to be off until Saturday. Is that? I'm sure that's probably when the next round starts, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Major League Baseball Saturday
when the DS begins.
Yeah, they got 4 games starting Saturday.
So, did anyone else notice Carlos Correa's ankle looked pretty good in the playoffs? Anyone?
His ankle looked fine, but his season stats didn't look too good.
Yeah, but he's in the damn playoffs.
Yeah. What else we got here? So that's kind of our baseball wrap. Let's get into some NFL football. What do you guys got?
Well, I'll tell you straight up. This is Cowboy Week, and there is no team in sports, and that includes the Dodgers, I cannot stand more than the Cowboys and their fans. They are about the most arrogant fan base. I, as a Niner fan, cannot go to a Chief fans and say, you guys suck. Like, they beat us in the Super Bowl, and they whooped us at Levi's last year. I can't do that. But Cowboy fans, you could beat their team 10 straight times, and they still talk and talk and talk. And we got to hear Skip Bayless on national TV and all these Cowboy lovers that just think this and that. At the beginning of the year, this is what I always heard. The Cowboys are the most talented team in football. I heard that a lot from all the national people. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's go down position by position against the Niners. How in the world are they better? Quarterback is a wash, and many will say Purdy's better right now.
Oh,
right now, I'd take Purdy. Right now,
running backs, Niners.
CMC.
Wide receivers, if you talk all of them, Niners. Offensive line,
tight end, Niners.
Defensive line, depth, Niners. Linebackers, Niners. If Diggs is healthy, then I'll give the Cowboys maybe a slight edge in the secondary, but it's close. Yeah. Coaches, who would you rather have coaching a big game, Shanahan or Mike McCarthy?
Shanahan. That
seems like 8-1 Niners. Where is Dallas more talented? I
You know,
can't stand their
I-
narrative and how they talk. So, and they may beat the Niners. They're a damn good team. They may win, but golly, they yak more than any fan base I have ever seen in my existence on this planet Earth. So
Yeah,
F them.
I'm not gonna push back, but
Please don't, because I will push back harder.
No, the Cowboys offensive line is pretty good. They when healthy at least. Right now they're a little banged up. They got
Zach Martin's a beast.
Zach Martin's a beast. Tyrone Smith is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then they got Tyler Smith, I think, playing left guard. He's really good. He might be one of the better left guards in the league. So when healthy, their offensive line is really good. The only thing is Tyrone Smith, their left tackle, is always injured. He's banged up right now. Jerry Jones was on their radio station saying that if he doesn't know if Tyron Smith is going to be able to go this week. I mean, the thing is, though, that this is a great matchup for the Niners.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just because the only thing that really haunts the Niners is the mobile quarterback.
Which Dak is not.
Which Dak is not. He's Lamar, Mahomes, Josh Allen. I mean, you saw it on Sunday with Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, Dobbs.
I mean, Dobbs was they were running the ball over them. I mean, not over them, but they had success running the ball. And Dak is not mobile whatsoever, and you've seen it in the past with, I mean, the last 2 years. Niners have beaten them.
If Dallas is smart, they're going to put Parsons. I know Parsons always likes to, from a macho point of view, said, I want to go against Trent and beat him. Okay, that's a macho thing. If you're trying to do what's best for your team to win, you won't go up against Trent because Trent will handle you most of the time. If you want to be a team player to help your team win, you're rushing every time from the right side because the right tackle, McKivitz, is the Niners' weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So Parsons, go ahead. If you want to be macho and go up against Trent, hey, have at it because he's stuffed you 2 straight years.
Yep.
But,
and I think for me at least, I don't know about you guys, but this is the game that really, I mean, I think Purdy's really good right now, but if he has success beating the Cowboys and beating that defense, I think some conversations are going to be had, whether he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league, just because their defense is really good. Their pass rush is really good. Their corners, even without Diggs, are pretty good. They have Stephon Gilmore and Deron Bland, who's had like 8 interceptions the past 2 years or something. So they have some ball hawks, and I heard, I think David Lombardi tweeted this out. The Cowboys have played cover one man with a single high safety like 60 or 70% of the time. That's the one thing with Purdy that I'm kind of not concerned, but I want
to get behind.
Yeah,
the Niners cannot get behind.
Nope,
but here's the difference between the Niners D and Dallas's D. Dallas's D is dominant when they get a lead and they can pass rush.
Yep.
When you run right at them, you can have success. When you run right at the Niners, not so much. The Niners play the run better than Dallas because they're a more physical team. That's just the way it is. Now, I will say this. Dallas played really well against the run in the playoffs last year. McCaffrey didn't really have a great game.
He didn't.
Neither did Mitchell. And they don't have to worry about Purdy, doing bootlegs or anything like that. Although I think Purdy could do that more. Purdy's not slow. He's not Garoppolo. If the first play of the game, they run a jet sweep to McCaffrey going right, and Purdy keeps it, I guarantee you he's getting about 15 to 20 yards because they're not going to see it coming. But in a game like this, 2 evenly matched teams, I will take Shanahan over McCarthy any day. Any day. X's and O's. So bring it on. Hey, and Dallas could win the game. Absolutely. They have a very good team. If the Niners turn the ball over and get behind, Dallas's D is nasty. But Dallas's D doesn't defend the run all that great. Arizona hit them in the mouth repeatedly.
They did. And the thing with both teams that they're both great from playing ahead.
Yep.
They're both that's both of their strengths. If either one of them has to play from behind, it's going to be an uphill battle. And I mean, yeah, Purdy did it already, but they scored 19 points. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't have a great game. Dallas's defense was really dominant in that game. I think what I want to clarify is if Purdy can really if he can put 30 on the Dallas defense, I would be pretty sold on him.
And a legitimate 30, not like Dallas's 30, which scores defensively.
Yeah.
Like Dallas's defense. Hear this stat. Dallas's defense has scored as many touchdowns as Dak has.
Yeah.
So when you see the Dallas's stats, they're averaging 30 a game. No, they're not. Their offense is averaging about 19 a game. Their defense is scoring a lot. So what happens when Dallas's defense does not score? So I think right now the Niners are better than they were from the playoff game, and I don't think Dallas is as good.
I think so too.
Dallas lost Diggs. Their middle linebacker Van Der Esch, he's pretty good against the run, but if you isolate him in pass coverage, that's McCaffrey all day on little bubble screens and things like that. If the Niners handle their business and take care of it, I expect them to win by 10 to 13 points.
I mean, the Dallas's red zone offense is just atrocious.
Horrible.
It's like historically bad right now. Because the thing is, they have CeeDee Lamb. That's it as a red zone threat. Pollard? He's a good running back, but he's not a bruiser. He's a sort of Christian McCaffrey-esque smaller running back who can't really run in between the tackles consistently. He's just, I mean, they don't have a red zone offense. They don't.
And they're talking about Dak is playing better because he's throwing less interceptions. Yeah, you know why he's throwing less interceptions is because they're not running Kellen Moore's offense anymore. They're doing, ironically, a lot of dink and dunk. They're just checking it down. There's no big plays in Dallas's offense. So, of course, if he's checking down all the time, throwing to the tight end, throwing to the running backs, throwing to CeeDee Lamb on 6-7 yard outs, they're not pushing the ball downfield. So, of course, he's going to throw. Now, if the Niners get up and he has to do it, watch those interceptions come.
Exactly.
Because he's not mobile, and the Niners pass rush with only 4 guys will get there. I'll tell you what, Hargrave is better than I thought.
Oh, he's good.
That dude is nasty. Like, he just blows up the middle of that offensive line. And
Kinlaw is coming along this year.
Zach Martin is the right guard, not the left guard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Hargrave usually lines up next to Bosa. So whoever Dallas's left guard is, he's going to need help from the center.
I don't know. Tyler Smith is really good. He's one of the better left guards in the league.
He's good. He's good.
You tell him, fire Farhan, fire him.
He's good, but if you watch the Eagles play the Cowboys, Hargrave
All right.
Haruku, it's double digits, Haruku. It's double digits. Trust me when I tell you. Brock is better than he was last year. He's 1 year more. He knows this offense better.
Mm-hmm.
They left points on the board against Dallas last year.
They did. They left a lot.
They left points on the board. 28-17. It will be double digits.
I need to see a consistent game plan from Steve Wilkes because the last few weeks his defense in the first half has been kind of iffy. He's been giving up soft coverage. He needs to put together a perfect game plan throughout the whole game. He doesn't need to. I don't need to see the first half of the game playing soft coverage. Then in the second half, you're really focused and play press man. I need to see throughout the whole game either play press man or play hard zone. You don't give these 10 to 15 yard cushions.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Niners always playing zone. I think when you have a great pass rush that you press the wide receivers and you make them beat you. Zones have soft coverage, and if you have a little bit of time, CeeDee Lamb's going to get a lot of catches and a lot of yards. So I hope they mix it up. But Haruku, Arizona put 28 on them. They put 28 on Dallas because they ran it right at them. Dallas's defense is very good, but to me, and to anybody that knows football, you have to be, if you're a great defense, you got to stop the run and the pass, not just the pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's two parts of the game. And Dallas can't stop the run. When you commit to it, they haven't proven it yet.
You know, if Kyle Shanahan just commits to the run, it'll eventually break free. And if you can get good runs, that opens up the pass game with play action, and then you're set. That's the thing with this offense, is it all stems from the run game. If you can have a solid running game, your play action bootleg picks up, the whole field opens up, and that's how they're scoring 30 right now consistently per game, because they're establishing the run game early in the game, and they ease off and start passing, and it's over.
I have a gut feeling that somehow, some way, McCarthy kind of knows that if he just goes straight up man-to-man, head up against the Niners, like more times than not, he can't win. Do not be surprised if you see one or more trick plays by Dallas, and early. I'm talking
Special teams.
Talking about a fake punt. I'm talking about a flea. I'm talking about hand it off to Pollard, dish it back to Dak, flea flicker. Do not be surprised if Dallas does something like that just to get off to a good start. I wish I could talk to the Niners and kind of warn them about that, because I'm telling you, I think Dallas is going to do something out of the ordinary. I don't think
they have a great special teams.
Yeah, the guy that used to be with the Rams. What's his name?
The punt returner for Dallas is really good. And
who's the special
really
teams
fast.
coach? What's that one guy? He's always doing fakes. Is he with the Cowboys still?
Yeah, I think so.
The guy that
I would not be surprised if they do something.
Don Fassel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
He's good.
So-
He's good.
yeah. I mean, I think the Niners just gotta, do what they got to do and get up early, and if they can get up by 2 scores, and try and make the Cowboys more one-dimensional, and
Dallas is definitely the desperate team. They're tired of hearing. They're tired of hearing about the Niners. They're going to come in. They are going to be prepared. I know the Niners will too. But
well, you heard Jerry Jones today, right? The Super Bowl run through San Francisco. Yeah. He's just trying to.
He's trying to play psychology.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
Gonna work.
No. Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Los, who's your X factor for the game?
It's a good question. When I watch all 22, and I know the Niners have a lot of weapons, but Kyle Juszczyk is open all the time. Nobody goes with him. Nobody. Like every time they do a play action and everybody's going downfield to receivers, Juszczyk slips out to the right. If they want, he can get 8 to 10 yards every single time.
Yep. Give me one offense and one defense.
Is Jennings playing this game, or is he hurt?
I haven't heard anything. He should be playing, I think.
If I heard he has he's questionable. My X factor out of nowhere is Ronnie Bell's going to make a big play in the game.
Okay.
Slot receiver.
Like that. I love Ronnie Bell.
Yeah, Ronnie Bell's a great route runner, and all the attention. I mean, Dallas's full attention is going to be on McCaffrey and Ayuk. I don't know how healthy Debo will be. I hope he's healthy, because I love when he pounds Dallas's secondary. But Ronnie Bell is a player. If he gets up to speed with his knowledge of the offense, he could really be a game changer. On defense, a lot of attention is going to go to Hargrave and Bosa. I'm going to say Drake Jackson has a good game.
Are we hearing anything with Danny Gray? Is he still hurt, or?
Yeah, he's on the IL, I think. So
But is he? When's he eligible to come off? I mean, I know he's not on the PUP for. He can come off any time. I think on the IL. I think you had 4 weeks minimum when you go on the IL.
it's either 4 or 6.
I
I haven't heard anything about
it's
his
4.
practice window opening up.
Interesting.
Though, so.
I would not surprise me if Ray McLeod if they go up top, because Purdy started throwing it a little further. They went, last week against Ayuk, those balls were 35 yards in the air, downfield, 35-yard plays. Some of them were 45 in the air, and they weren't just lofted balls; they were dimes. Purdy was putting that ball with some zip on it.
Yeah,
and he wasn't. And so, if he can do that, that means he can throw the 60-yarder with a little bit more air under it. If they get him, start pressing these guys, with trying to play up, give them the short passes, and they're playing them really tight. Watch for Kyle to send in McLeod to open it up if they're taking away, they're putting everybody in the box and making those guys, throw quick.
One of my favorite pass routes against an aggressive team like a Dallas that plays man-to-man is an out and up.
Yep.
Because if they watch the film on Ayuk and Debo, they run a lot of 6-7 yards and then go out.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to jump it, and if they take it deep, it's going to be wide open.
Yes.
Wide.
That was my favorite play as a receiver.
I love that play.
And, I always put good moves on people because I'd give one step to, like, I was going in, and then, what I love to do, especially when I was coaching, my team, when we have just flag football games or whatever, I'd say, okay, we're going to just keep, they're playing off you. We're just going to keep doing, a down and out, we called it, to the sideline. And I just throw that 8-10 yards, and I just pick them. Then as soon as they came up on them, all right, here we go. Down and out. This time I'm going to, I could never get another receiver to run the route right, though. They would always run this route like this. They would go up, and instead of going a 90, they would go like a 45 and make it a long. And I said, no, make it a sharp 90, and then put your hands out like you're going to, and I'm going to pump fake it to you, and the guy's going to bite, and you just go, boom, straight up to, the field, and you'll be wide open every time. And that's what you're saying. When they're playing aggressive man-to-man like Dallas does, and they're overplaying it, and Kyle knows that, you just set them up. You set them up. I mean, a lot of Kyle's plays, which are run early on, are, it's like chess. He's setting them up for the same play later on that's going to be a little bit of a twist to it.
Don't look now, but Anthony Richardson is getting better and better every week. And he will be starting for me in my other league because I got Justin Herbert.
Yep, he's starting for me in my other league. I traded him for Najee.
Yeah,
and a lot of people.
How you doing in that other league, Bora? What's your record?
2-2.
Okay, I was going to say if you're 0-4, we're going to go 0-8. No, we're not. Okay.
It is also week 5, and Mr. Cooper Kupp will be practicing tomorrow. I'm at 3-1, so if he needs another week, that's okay, because the bad guy is going to probably try to go to 4-1. But that's a nice little trade that I don't have to do. Like that's everybody, nice. All of you guys like to trade. I got somebody coming that I don't need to trade. Nobody.
Hey, I got somebody coming too. His name's Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, so we both got guys.
He's coming off the PUP. 3-1. You lost? One?
Oh yeah.
Who'd you lose to?
Yeah, I did. Lose to.
Oh,
I'll see you again week 12.
Well, let me give my X factors. One on the defense is going to be either Ambry Thomas or Isaiah Oliver. Because if
step up, Thomas.
If Isaiah Oliver starts in the slot, he's going to be guarding CeeDee Lamb a lot, their best offensive player, and that's a tough task. He's beaten them in the past. Cooper Kupp's beaten them in the past from that slot position. He needs to step up, and if Diamador Lenore goes inside, they're going to put Ambry Thomas on the outside, and he's burnt toast right now. He is not looking good. He needs to step up if he's playing. And then on the offense, it's going to be Colton McKivitz, just because he hasn't. He faced TJ Watt in the first week, and he gave up 3 sacks. So
TJ Watt's about as good as it gets.
He's as bad as good as it gets. And Micah Parsons, I don't know if he's as good as TJ Watt, but he's on that tier. He's on that tier 1 along with Bosa, Myles Garrett, and TJ Watt. So I mean that if Parsons lines up on the right side, that's a tough task. And I mean this is one of the premier edge rushers in the league, and if you can hold your ground at least a little bit, it's gonna show promise, and it's gonna bode well for the rest of the season. Because that's a major matchup.
Miami was disappointing this week. I thought they would fight a little bit harder against Buffalo. Looks really, really good right now. So it's interesting that Kansas City is not quite clicking, but they will.
They will.
As long as they got 15, they're a threat. I swear if the Niners make the Super Bowl, I hope it's not Kansas City. I hate to sound, but man,
I hope it's Miami. I really hope it's Miami.
I think it'll be Buffalo.
If it's Buffalo or Kansas City, that's a tall task, because that's the mobile quarterback again. Just someone who can evade the pressure just a little bit and just find plays off script. That's their killer.
Is Joe Burrow? What's up with him? Is he like done, or is he?
It's his calf.
It's just not going away.
Zach Taylor said the calf's fine, but it's obvious. Someone did a film review on Twitter or something saying he just can't move in the pocket, and Tennessee just completely blitzed him, almost like the Giants against the Niners when the Giants blitzed Brock Purdy 80% of the time. That was Tennessee against Cincinnati, and he did not look good. I would have just benched him the first 2 games of the season and just have him heal up, because now if he continues to play for the rest of the season, he's going to have to manage that injury throughout the season, because it's not going to get better. It's only going to be manageable. And if they lose a couple more games, they might be done.
Yeah. Hey Eddie K, Cooper Kupp is practicing tomorrow, so he may or may not be back this week, but there's no hamstring that is 3 to 4 months unless it's torn. So relax, dude. He's coming back at some point this year. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That'll be a nice little wide receiver set with him and Tyreek.
Heroku, I sent you a trade. Look at that. I'm willing to deal Lamar and Aaron Jones too for a package, by the way.
Oh man, I asked you for those guys earlier. Not Lamar, but
I think Bora's going to turn it around. He's got a decent.
I hope. I really hope.
Hey, Justin Fields' stock went up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. He did.
See what happens when they just let him be a playmaker. Of course, he was playing against Denver, so that doesn't count for much. I'm realistic about that. That backfired on me. I started Aiden Connell. If I had been playing a good team that scores a lot, I would have lost this week. But Purdy wasn't so Purdy.
Nope.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Eric, how's your team looking? You're quiet tonight, brother.
Yeah, it sucked. I was hoping Metcalf was going to have a good game. He had an okay game, but the good old Joe Burrow and Pitts were the Pitts. So
don't talk those guys down. Don't talk those guys down. I just gave you a trade offer.
Yeah, well, whatever. It is what it is. Everyone sees what the hell it is, but
but
he had 2 guys.
Heroku wants that double team. Burrow.
Yeah, I know he does.
Burrow and Chase offer him.
And that's how I was just getting ready to send you. He's been trying to send me deals all day today. There's no way.
Yeah, just send him Burrow. Send him Burrow and Kyle Pitts, and ask for AJ Brown and Mark Andrews.
He ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that. Hiroku will not
Tell
do
him.
that. He tried to send me Andrews and Derek Carr for Burrow. Oh, no.
I might do that.
No.
Hey,
He
so
offered you Andrews and
Eric, you got to take that. Take
you
that.
gotta take that.
I don't
deal.
know about that.
Andrews and
You
Carr
think?
for
Mm.
Burrow, yeah.
Eric, Burrow's injured. He's not going to get better right now, at least short term.
yeah, Will Martinez.
You get the second
I don't know
best
why
tight
you
end.
did that, man.
You need players.
The problem is Hiroku, man. He was able to had 2 players yesterday or this weekend that just went off. He had Andrews that got 25,
Burrow Hiroku's
and
playing
Brown
the long
got
game.
42 points.
He's playing for the playoffs. Hiroku's looking at the long term.
And there goes MF sending out a trade, and it will be canceled in about 5.
Oh, here we go with
4,
the trades and the
Yeah,
3,
MF sends trades out and then he
2,
cancels them within a minute.
1. Let's see. It should
buyer's
be canceled.
remorse or seller's remorse, I should say. Dan, we've been on for 1 hour and 17 minutes, and I've gotten 3 phone calls from 3 Cowboy fans, friends of mine.
Really?
See what I mean? Yeah, they're calling to try to talk their shit. So I will check them for sure. For sure.
Interesting.
Oh, they love to talk, man. I swear. They never learn.
There's nothing really happening. People are kind of hanging on to their teams right now. After 4 weeks, they're kind of bunkering down, but wait till the buys start coming. People will start,
There's somebody in the league, and I forget who it was, but they didn't even start a quarterback as their super flex. I forgot who it was. Like I've said,
Hiroku started a wide receiver.
Like I applaud that. Like you don't have to start 2 quarterbacks.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. I would do that.
Wide receivers, if with the right man, I shouldn't even be saying anything. Why am I giving away?
Yeah, I might make a deal if I got somebody that actually would make a fair deal. I got everybody that's wanting,
If you win it, Dan, you got to give Will Martinez part of your winnings because trading you Diggs.
Did you send him that deal?
Huh?
Oh, you sent it to Will Martinez, not Hiroku. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't Will Martinez trade you Diggs?
Oh, Will Martinez sent you a big deal, Eric.
No, I can't give away Pacheco. He's one of my better running backs right now.
What are you getting in return?
Right, softball. Right.
I think it Gus Edwards. What was the other one? I can't remember.
Haruku, send me a trade offer, Haruku.
Yeah, Haruku, come on, send me something decent.
Just for the hell of it.
Haruku. I don't want to like. I'm kind of like liking where I'm at right now. So
Hiroku, accept my trade. That's a good trade.
Everyone, just accept it. It's a good trade. Trust me.
MF is. I better look at MF's trade before it gets canceled.
Yeah, it actually stayed up there. He wanted Pickett,
or you were right about
Garoppolo,
one thing,
or he wanted Garoppolo.
You were right about one thing about my team, and that's I can't believe like how few targets Dallas Goedert gets.
Yep.
Like, and when he does touch the ball, it's like 2 or 3 yards. Like, what is your offense? Like, he's not a bad tight end. He's actually pretty damn good. Why are you not featuring him? You have 2 great receivers. The middle of the field is wide open.
New offensive coordinator.
Coaching, yeah. It's not that he's a bad player. You're right. It's scheme and coaching. Like, Goddard's a pretty damn good tight end. Speaking of tight ends, like if Kittle goes down, I hope they give Braden Willis a chance. That kid is good.
They will.
That kid is good. I do not like Warner and who's the other guy?
Dwelly.
Can't stand those guys. I don't even know why they're on their team.
Look at this trade. Tell me this isn't fair.
Can't see it. Just say it.
AJ Brown and Alvin Kamara for Lamar Jackson and Aaron Jones.
Ooh, that's pretty fair.
Oh, now the trades are flying.
Yeah, I know. All of a sudden, they're coming out of the woodwork.
Shit, offer me something for Lamar.
You want Lamar?
Hell yeah, I'll take Lamar.
All right. Let's see if Heroku that deal might be off the table soon. Packers aren't getting Jonathan Taylor. I'll tell you that.
Let us not go to a 4-hour show with trades, please.
No, we're going to get out of here in about 7-8 minutes.
Keep an eye on the clock.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Buster's boys.
No, I don't like that trade. Josh Reynolds. Love to have Josh Reynolds, but he's going to be soon the number 3 wide receiver because Williamson's coming back this week, I think. Jameson Williams.
Yeah, they said he's coming back this week. I heard on camera.
Yeah, he'll be the number 2. Lots of rejects going back and forth here. Dalvin Cook can be had. Yeah, nobody wants him. Well,
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah, a lot of our bench guys can be had right now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So
Jones was banged up last week. He was on a snap count.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. Look at his week 1. Just look at his week 1. He's pretty good. And Jordan Love, who isn't that good, is going to be relying on him a lot with his check down.
Lamar and what? Who are you offering? Lamar and who? Jones for who?
AJ Brown and Alvin Kamara.
Lamar. See, Lamar has more points probably than Kamara. And
See, Hiroku, I'll tell you what you can do with that then. You can have Jordan Love and Lamar as your 2 quarterbacks. And then you can slide Jamar Chase in your wide receiver 1 role. So then you have 2 quarterbacks.
Haruku, I only look at rosters 2 and 2 and below.
0-4, baby. Perfect.
I'm 2 and 2, Haruku. Send me something. Jonathan Taylor, he may be the number 1 player. He may be able to be had.
All right, everybody. You guys can read this. Wait. Here's the trade.
This is your proposal?
Yeah.
Okay, you're giving away Jackson and Jones for AJ Brown and Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
That's close. I'd have to run that through the analyzer.
I mean, it's close anyway. Like,
It depends on who his 2 quarterbacks are. If one of those quarterbacks is not that good, then you do that all day to slip Lamar in there. But if he has 2 quarterbacks,
he only has 1.
he only has 1.
Mm-hmm.
But AJ Brown is a stud, and Kamara is kind of a stud. So I think definitely you get the better end of that. But it's close. Lamar, thing about Lamar is he can give you 45 points and he can give you 12. Like in my other league, when it came time to pick, I was on the clock, and I usually pick fast. I know who I want, but I wanted a quarterback in the 5th round, and I had to decide between Herbert and Jackson. I know what Jackson can give you on the ground, but he just has more duds to me than Herbert does. I know San Diego is going to throw the ball with Kellen Moore, so that's why I took Herbert.
You know,
Yes.
forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Heroku, you should have taken that deal I offered you the other day or a week or so ago. I wanted Jordan Love, and I was going to give you Goff. Who did I want? I can't remember his team. It was – let me look at his team.
Hey, Will, you better give up more than Algier and Njoko for a number 1 wide receiver, man.
Los, he just offered me Algier and Njoku for Bijan.
Yeah, you out of your mind.
Oh, I think I offered Laporta and Goff for Jordan Love and Mark Andrews, and he turned it down.
Hey, I'll give you Tyreek Hill for Algier and Njoku. Not. Come on, man. I was born at not last night. Fucking Will Martinez, man. Damn, con artist, man, with them kind of trades. What's wrong with you? It's got to be somewhat even.
Yeah. I might have something here. I gotta run this through my
You know who's been playing pretty well for me? Sam Howell. He's been doing pretty well.
Sam's all right. He's not no. Washington in general is not bad. They damn near outplayed Philly for a lot of that game. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there at the end. I like the Commanders. I like their head coach.
I don't.
You don't like him?
I don't like him at all.
He's got a good offensive mind.
Does he? Or is that Bieniemy?
Oh, Bieniemy's the coordinator?
Yeah, he's the coordinator.
Oh, okay. My bad. Oh no,
Yeah.
I thought he was the head coach.
Ron Rivera's the head coach.
Oh no, I don't like him.
Yeah. He's not too good. But I mean, the Commanders are kind of sneaky. They're I think they're only like an offensive lineman or two away from because being at least a playoff team, because their defense is pretty good. Their defensive line is really good, and they got Emmanuel Forbes, who they drafted this year. Who got toasted by AJ Brown this week. Oh my gosh.
Bora, if you're the Niners, Bora, at the trading deadline, would you get Denzel Ward or Patrick Surtain?
Are they the same? Would they be the same cost?
Yep.
Surtain easily. Just because Ward is already on his second contract, so he's going to be more expensive. Surtain is still on his rookie deal.
Surtain, they could just get him for this year, hopefully win a Super Bowl, and then
they can trade him again.
He could be a free agent or trade him, whatever. Yeah.
Give him his 5th-year option, and then trade him.
Oh, Surtain in that secondary.
I think they need to get Danielle Hunter. I think Danielle Hunter would really put this over the edge because Drake Jackson's good, but he's no Danielle Hunter. Because if they have Danielle Hunter, that's you got Bosa, Hargrave, Armstead, and Danielle Hunter on your first team. On your second team, you have Drake Jackson, Javon Kinlaw, Kevin Givens, and Kerry Hyder. I
think I'd rather have a secondary guy rather than another D lineman because teams are just going to do 3-step drops and get rid of the ball quick anyway. I mean, that's how they've been playing against the Niners this year anyway. That's why, everybody's yelling at Bosa because he doesn't have any sacks. Watch the game, man.
Yeah.
Watch the game. Like, quarterbacks are specifically not taking 5 or 7-step drops. It's 3-step balls out. You need a little time to get there. So
that's why did you see Eric Armstead's like Instagram post or tweet or whatever about the Giants yesterday? Yeah, because the Giants were just dinking and dunking. That's what all the teams are doing. Kenny Pickett was doing that. Josh Dobbs was doing that. And Matthew Stafford was doing that.
And
to
that's what
Puka
Dallas was
Nacua.
going to do. And that's why I don't want the Niners to play 8 yards off and just give them those yards.
Because they're just going to roll down the field doing that.
Yeah, just press them. Make them beat you.
Yeah, and that's what Mooney Ward and Diamador Lenore's strength
are good at.
They signed Ward to be a press man corner.
Yep.
They were going into last year with the vision, or 2 years ago, whenever they signed Ward, with the vision of playing press man and letting the defensive line feast.
Yeah.
They need to do that because, they'd be pretty good. And that's what those guys are best at.
Yep. Arrivederci. Chattore.
Yeah, it's coming. Will Martinez says, Dan, I sent you a fair deal. I see it, Will. I'm contemplating. I don't know if I, it's kind of like I'm getting two weaker players that add up to more than the one player. And I'm not sure I like that.
Hey, Eric, can you blow up that Will Martinez latest chat? Hey,
There you go.
man, hey, what have I been saying? Batting average counts.
Preach the gospel.
Especially in the playoffs. Timely hitting.
Don't tell that to Farhan.
You can take them 218 batting averages and 42 homers, but in the playoffs, when pitching is better, give me somebody that hits 280.
I wish I could draw a box and put it up here because I've been watching a lot of the, just watching a lot of baseball, obviously, but I've noticed something that guys that drive balls far and hit them with velocity, exit velocity or whatever, is there's one spot that, especially to right-handers, it's like right down the middle, a little below the belt. Those are always generally mistake pitches.
Yeah.
Pitchers never want to put that ball there, and guys don't usually miss it when it's there. And it's just like in 98% of right-handed wheelhouse. It's between the knees and the belt, and they just blast it. And I've noticed that every time I was watching today, in every game there was a big hit, the pitch was right in the same spot. And so that's why it's so important to get ahead in the count, because if you get down 2-1, 2-0, 3-1, you don't want to put guys on bases, especially in the playoffs, especially if there's a guy on already. So guys come in, or it could even be a 1-2 pitch and guys just put it in the wrong spot, I don't know
if Farhan has a Twitter account or not, but if he does, and I find out that he does, I'm copying, pasting this Will Martinez. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to put it repeatedly on his Twitter.
All
9
night
out of
long.
10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 batting averages are in the postseason. 9 out of 10. Not one time, multiple times. Who is this Los dude, man? Damn. Dude.
All of a sudden, the FBI shows up at
This dude
Los's
is
house.
ruthless.
This guy is stalking me.
Now he's outside streaking in Oracle with a picket sign, getting arrested.
Oh, wait. Hey, wait a minute. Is Kyle McKiernan in the house still? He was in.
Yeah, he's right there. He just have a message in the chat. Senior put up 8 of the top 10 teams made it into the playoffs.
Kyle, I want you to come in real quick.
Runs.
We're going to close the show out. I want Kyle to put the link in. Kyle, make sure you have just a white T-shirt on, buddy. No shirtless, but have a white T-shirt on, and bring that in to the house.
8 of the top 10 teams in slugging percentage made the playoffs.
Wow.
Hey, boys, I'm going to have to skip out a little early because a couple of these guys I'm calling are 2 hours ahead. So I don't want
we're heading out, but you don't want to stay for Kyle?
Kyle's not going to be 2 or 3 minutes. He'll be 20 minutes. Kyle likes to ramble on. No offense, Kyle. Love you.
No, we just have something for Kyle.
All right.
Probably
white.
not tonight,
right.
Matthew.
There he is. Los has got a white shirt too. All right. Well, let me see what we've got here. What was this? What the heck? Is Kyle here?
Nope.
He said, let me get his shirt. Oh, boy. Can we put the clock on him like we do Chardon?
We're going to.
Eric, are you going to drive to San Francisco from Galt when I pick it outside? Come on, man.
Oh, my God.
Come on, you could do it.
God, could you? We're really going to go through this again?
Not if we can help it.
There's nothing we can do right now.
Hey, if
These
people,
people are-
if people in the chat donate the bail money for get out of jail, I will go streak this.
The
I will
bail money.
streak the field. I will do it.
Really?
Yeah.
And in news of today, there's a GoFundMe account to get
You don't want to do that, Bora. You'll have a record.
to
Yeah, you
get
don't want-
Bora out of jail for streaking at a Giants,
Especially for that kind of incident, man. Goodness.
Yeah, you don't want that. Here he is. Oh, he's shaved. He looks like Sean Proctor. Oh man, it's Sean Proctor. Bring him in,
Oh,
Eric. Bring him in.
Here he is.
Can I turn my phone sideways there?
And he's
Yeah,
got a hat on.
That a boy, Kyle.
Dude, I don't know how many people tell me. We went to high school together, but okay, right now, go Google image or
Put him up there by himself, Eric. Take us out. Put him right
look up
next to
Alex Smith. My
Hold on,
family.
honey.
Alex Smith. Look up
No,
Alex
hold on.
Smith. I did shave, man. I've been lazy.
I don't know. We can't do that.
hold on. We
There's
can
too
do
many
that.
of us in here.
Hold on. We can eliminate me.
Why do you want me to jump in? I agree with what Los said for sure, but I was watching the game tonight on ESPN and they brought up Kyle Schwarber's numbers and it's 47 bombs. I'm just gonna go back to this. It's kind of bugging me on my end. What happened? All you guys are gone. It's just me. Okay. Dude, I was just all right, I guess I'm running this thing. Kyle Schwarber, 47 bombs, 100 walks, 871 OPS, 100 RBIs. Why did Farhan not get him? Why did he not get Cody Bellinger? Screw it. Put him on 1-year deals. I guarantee I couldn't say we'd be in the playoffs, but we might finish the season 87, maybe 88, close there. Maybe tipped our toe in there. I don't know, but we'd be closer. I don't know. I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, guys hit almost 50 home runs.
Yeah, he hit some bombs.
Makes
I think
no
you look
sense.
like Aaron there. I think more so before you shaved.
You got to
Yeah.
unzoom it. You're zoomed in too much on. Aaron.
I know I can't get it. I don't know how to get it. That's how it showed up in my email when I sent me the picture.
It was getting bad. I got an ingrown right here. It feels like hell. I was just earlier today.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it, but anyway. Well, cool. Hey, Kyle, we just want to bring you on, but had that picture I saw today, and I'm gonna snap that, but then you went ahead and shaved. So
Sorry, I blew it for you guys.
yeah, that's all right.
How far do you think Bochy's going to go?
ALCS
You think?
loses in the ALCS to Baltimore.
I was
No,
kind of
they
thinking
would
the
play
same thing. I think he's going
Baltimore- they
to
would play
They
Baltimore
play them in the
next
next round.
They
Oh.
would if they get past Tampa, they play Baltimore. They get by Baltimore, they play the winner of Houston and either Minnesota or
I think
Tampa.
Yeah, I think Baltimore might
Not
hand
Tampa,
them
Toronto.
the
I
closing
didn't know
card.
they were matching up. If they play Baltimore in the next round, I think Baltimore's really good.
They might
I
say
don't know.
bye.
I don't
I
know.
think
Baltimore's-
Minnesota's a sleeper in the AL.
Yeah, that's what Marty said the other day.
Nobody's talking about them.
Yeah.
I was surprised with Arizona today. Wow.
So was I against Burns. Really surprised. Yeah, for
Yeah.
a young team, they had no fear whatsoever. On the
I think
road.
they're a sleeper. I really think Arizona could be a sleeper. They could. I don't think they could beat Atlanta or anything.
They have
but
to play the Dodgers if they win.
I
Oh,
could. I could see them going toe to toe with the Dodgers. I could.
go Arizona. Well,
Yeah,
and
that'd
you
be
know,
fun.
Right?
The Dodgers kind of own Arizona. God, they beat
They
them
do.
a lot.
They do. But so
Do
did
they?
they own but they own San Diego, the Dodgers, and look what happened last year.
Hey, any team that lost the season series to the Giants is not all that. So go Arizona against LA. LA lost the season series to the Giants.
Hey, I've been so busy with my 2 kids and just my 1-year-old just had her birthday the other day in this house.
Oh,
I have
happy
not paid
birthday.
attention. What's that?
Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, thank you.
To your kid.
How I literally have not paid attention to it. It's a 3-game series for wild cards now.
Right.
So with Philly, like, what's the home advantage? How does that work?
They get all the games are at one place. So whoever's got the home field advantage gets all 3 games. No road games.
Wow.
So that's the advantage of having the higher seed. So
that makes sense too. You don't want to go like home game, big travel, and then turn around the neck and go right back. Well, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Oh, hell no. That better not be true.
No.
Oh, hello 65.
No, there's no way. Is that
no, don't look it up yourself because
No, it's not true. It's not true.
There's no way. He's not going to come out this fast.
I don't trust the Giants.
I don't get the chat when I'm live. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, breaking sources tell the Athletic that Kai Correa is the next manager. No,
I won't even read it. Come on.
Well, I'm getting my picket
the
sign
A's
ready.
are getting Kai.
I'm getting
no,
my picket.
no, it's not happening. No.
It's just a joke.
It's a troll.
It's a troll.
But yeah.
No, but look at the A's. Everything would stay the same. So it doesn't.
The Giants. The Giants.
I'm getting my picket sign ready.
To be honest with you, I mean, that's not too far from the truth, though, because it's possible.
Oh, my God.
Farhan turned the Giants into the A's.
Yes, he did.
And I guess ownership is fine with that. So.
All right.
Yeah. All right, man.
Well,
hey,
we're going to get back to it.
Here. All right, Kyle. Have a great one.
Take it easy.
Later,
all right.
See you, Lo. See you,
right.
see you, Bora.
See you guys.
See ya.
So deals flying around tonight, but it's done. In the NorCal Sports Fantasy League. Anyway, fun night in some ways. Other ways, mid, you know. But we're going to keep this one about 45 minutes longer than I intended. So we are out of here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, and it will be a quick wrap. Not too much Giants talk. I'm not going to talk Giants anymore unless we have something breaking to talk about. Cool, guys?
Cool.
We cool with that? You know, maybe we limit it to 5 minutes, update, nothing else. Get into the playoffs, talk a little bit of playoffs, and then we'll talk some Niners, and we'll be out of here.
Some teams may be clinching tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
What time are you thinking about?
Same time, 8:30.
I did get an invite to Baller's show tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Okay, cool.
FYI. So
all right, nice.
Maybe I'll be on there shortly, and then just come on back over.
Yeah,
I'll definitely try to promote the channel over there.
There you go. Yeah, maybe we'll start at 8:45 then and give you 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Matthew in the chat was saying Jim Riley mentioned our channel on his channel, so that's pretty
nice. Hey,
really?
Hey.
That's what Matthew said earlier today.
Hey, everybody! Awesome. It's easy to like and it's easy to subscribe. Tell people about us. That's how word gets out. That's how we grow the channel. So
awesome.
Let people know.
Hey guys, thanks for joining. We'll try and keep it tighter tomorrow with some baseball, just some baseball coverage, baseball playoff coverage, and a little bit of Niner talk, and then
our baseball baseball playoff coverage is kind of lacking today.
Well, we'll have to do a little bit cover it.
Well, we have to cover the Giants though, because that was
Giants,
big today.
There was news today because of the press conference, and I haven't even watched it.
What was the purpose of that press conference, by the way? What was?
I don't know. Probably just to let you know that Farhan's here, maybe, huh?
I guess because it wasn't like the end of. You know how they have the end of the season presser.
Well, they call it the end of the season presser is what it was. They usually clean out on. Today was what, Tuesday? Today was Tuesday. So I don't know what. I would have thought that would have been yesterday. What the heck? I don't know. I'm not excited at all about the off season. I really not one bit.
Nope.
I have low expectations. So, all right, guys, have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow, probably about 8:45, maybe even 9. We'll see. It's gonna be an hour show. That's it. So, unless you guys make it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Not a lot to talk about right now. So
Nope.
have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
See ya. Woo.